Welcome back to the Kaleidosphere, a Dungeons & Dragons Play Podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. Joining me are Grant.
Zachariah Harris. Don't tell the gods, but that's the closest I've ever actually been to going down.
Cody.
Jack Rackman. Yar, you fuckers, let's go follow that moose.
Pippin.
Moriarty the Mighty, slayer of spirits and follower of mooses.
Nice. Jonathan.
Mitsuka, who is really craving a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, even though she doesn't know what that is.
Yep. And Alex.
Clacker Volkson. I think everything went just terrific.
There it is. Join us on episode 24 of our first campaign, To Whom the Sea Belongs. By the way, if you don't know, then you've been skipping the intros, so I don't know if this will help or not. But we are on Patreon now, so if you want to get some awesome rewards, if you have a few dollars to spare, then head over and see what you might like. We've got To Whom the Tea Belongs, which is the show about the show. We've got, what else do we have? $5 and $10 tiers, you can submit NPC names to feature on the show. We've got monthly PDFs that are from the collective Homebrew Network, publications about characters and lore and all of that, so lots of great stuff. All of that out of the way. Last week, you all popped up on, last time we recorded rather, because we're coming back from a little bit of a break. You all went through the underwater secret tunnel, came up on the reef island, battled the spirit of Tagal in his 5 forms, and then acquired a legendary artifact that is currently completely uncharged, but has a lot of potential for powerful things it can do in the future. That was also the end of Chapter 1, so we're beginning Chapter 2, actually still on the same evening, so you haven't long rested yet, because a couple things are going to happen before you get a chance to long rest.
And they're good things, right?
Yeah.
The first thing is a meta note. I updated all of your downtime on the downtime document, so you all have at least 200 hours of downtime.
Nice.
Most of that is just from 3 weeks of voyaging on the open ocean. But I saw that Zachariah went ahead and gave himself some new tool proficiencies with that downtime, so that's great. If each of you can just make notes under your character name as you spend your downtime points, that'd be helpful for me to know
Sure.
what you gain proficiency in.
Yeah, I haven't made any calls yet.
Yeah, and you can hang on, you can build up thousands and then just go back and do it later.
Saving up for a new feat.
Right. Yeah, so just so that that's on your radar, you can do that between sessions. You can also just hang on, like I said, stockpile it. As you are setting up camp, I assume you're long resting on the island, right? Or that's your goal?
Yeah, Mitsuka cannot make it back through the secret tunnel. She is looking very hurt and also very high.
Well, I guess we should just camp here on an island then.
Sounds good to me. It ought to be safe.
Mitsuka's digging around, as soon as you guys are putting things down and maybe going to grab firewood or something, she's digging through rations and trying to find snacks.
Zachariah is the quietest he's ever been. I think it would be insane that he hasn't talked in hours while you guys are setting up camp.
Be insane if he hadn't talked for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, whatever. Right, exactly. He's sitting cross-legged with his arms crossed, just staring at the totem.
You would all notice as well, you're in, let's see, what is today's date? It's rain summer. It's the 8th of rain summer. There's a light drizzle, but it doesn't reach this island. There were supernatural thunderstorms when the rest of the sky was relatively clear, and now that the rest of the sky is raining, this island is not. So there's obviously some sort of supernatural element to the weather around here. But, at least you're not being rained on right now.
Admiring the craftsmanship there of that totem pole. I think that's a bear.
Zachariah just kind of looks over his shoulder and looks back at the totem. Just, Jack, do you realize what this can do?
Not fully, but I do get a sense of great power from it. I haven't fully attuned to it yet.
I would stand and just run my hand over it. I said, most people don't get a chance to revisit their decisions that they've made. I would say, as I understand it, you make choices, your life goes in one direction, and you can only wonder what might have been, but... And I would just completely turn away from the totem, look at him, and just be like, what are we doing, Jack? What are we doing out here? We can go back. We can go back to Cliff Bay. We can save those people.
Right. Well, isn't that the intention?
Or what? Walk through the forest for days? And even if we get back to Reniena, what? Is there going to be a boat that takes us to Hudson? We don't even know if he's alive.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say, but...
It's impossible. And I turn back around and sit down and cross my legs. It's literally impossible. No one could say. No one could know. What are we doing, Jack? What are we doing? What are we doing out here?
I don't know, but the Jold led us to this.
Who the fuck is Jold?
He's a god.
I know, but what the fuck does he want?
I have no clue. He wants us to... he does want us to save Cliff's Bay. I know that. He keeps telling me that we should probably think about doing that.
Zachariah just shakes his head. I don't have answers. It's impossible. But we can go back. We have another chance.
I think Mitsuka would come up and sit down next to Zachariah at this point, and she's got this big bag of flavored different types of nuts, and she's like, hey, Moriarty has this nice medicine that'll help you relax a little bit if it's all getting to be a little too much for you. It's helped for me. She pulls out a nacho cheese flavored nut and pops it in her mouth, and she goes, but I get what you mean. It's impossible. I know I left Master Kinawan back there and all of those people, but I think we also have an obligation to save our friends as well. I think either way, maybe we're doing the wrong thing, but we're also doing the right thing at the same time.
He huffs. We're not even doing the wrong thing well. We got distracted on our way to do the wrong thing, and now we're doing the wrong thing the wrong way in the wrong place.
But we do have this pretty cool totem.
Is that a walrus at the bottom?
I think it's a giraffe, actually. Oh. The joke for everyone who's listening in an audio medium, I'll put this in the chat when this episode goes out, but the handout that I made for the totem has just an absolutely abysmal illustration of a bear and a walrus.
I feel like they started carving it from the top and got bored as they worked their way down.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just looked at it again and I forgot the bear was a bear. I thought it was an eagle.
And the walrus just looks like a potato.
The walrus, it looks like it was carved out of clay or something.
Yeah.
It's oh man.
Mitsuka, I have my own gods. I have my own beliefs. I have strong beliefs. Mind you, I'm not a cleric like yourself, but I do believe things. So I don't want you to take this the wrong way. But I feel like maybe you're the only one who can give us some answers.
I can certainly try, but...
I just want to know if he's alive, Mitsuka. I don't need anything else. I just need to know if he's alive.
I don't know if I don't think I can give you knowledge of whether he's alive or not, but I can give you faith, I think, that maybe it doesn't matter if you know or not, but if you have faith in that and do the best with what you do know to help others, then I think you are doing the right thing.
I think Zachariah's silence would speak volumes at that, just kind of some quiet contemplation and not arguing.
Mitsuka kind of waits a little bit and then kind of waves the bag of nuts under his nose.
I take a nut. And I chomp it and the dust falls to the ground beneath me.
Just hear Moriarty by the campfire. God damn it, Weeska, where are my seasoning nuts? I said no.
She has these big sleeves and she just tucks it up one sleeve and then sits there like she's, a cleric and meditating or something.
As she is meditating, she actually hears a voice.
Oh,
she
okay.
recognizes the voice as that of Master Kinawan.
Oh.
Using the message spell.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets 25 words, because he's the one who's sending the message. He was able to craft exactly what he wanted to say. You will get to respond in 25 words, but I'm not giving you the luxury of writing things down and figuring out how to construct it. So his message is, and I will repeat it as many times as you want, it's stuck in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Wastanikin and Tyangese battled, both crippled. Occult activity everywhere. Mind flares suspected. Requesting backup. Kalanya arrived. Safe haven for now, with Isaac in Lion's Den.
Can you repeat that already? I'm trying.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Westanican and Tyingese battled, both crippled. Occult activity everywhere. Mind flares suspected. Requesting backup. Kalanya arrived. Safe haven for now, with Isaac in Lion's Den.
Okay. Would I know who Kalanya is? Is that a name I don't remember off the top of my head, or?
It's a name that Mitsuko would remember. Kalanya is
yeah.
a fairly famous wayfinder.
Oh shit.
More of a Yankee than a Zerai. Pretty aggressive.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Is there any way to know when he says requesting backup, does he mean like from me and the party, or would that be from like he's requesting backup from Wayfinders, HQ?
Make an insight check, DC 20, given that it's like spell communicated over thousands of miles.
Fortunate. Oh, okay, got 9.
Yeah.
That was a +5.
However you decide to interpret it is as best as Mitsuka could.
Okay.
Keep in mind, Mitsuka is high as fuck right now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
I didn't even think of that. Like her eyes get so wide.
Mitsuka's just like, what? Who said that?
She's like, Zachariah.
Yes?
Wait, no, she doesn't say anything. Shit, alright, that's one word.
That's one word.
Okay.
Kind of one's like, Zachariah, what? Why did he just respond hungry?
You guys remember those OO commercials for the payphones? And it's, hey Bob, it's blah blah blah, it's in the baby is a boy?
We had a baby, it's a boy.
Yes, exactly. Mitsuka needs to do one of those. All one word, right? Just don't stop.
Let's just all say different words to distract Jonathan as much as possible.
That's exactly what's happening.
Gamalism. The bear.
Rain summer, the 8th of the month.
Blueberries.
Wine apples.
Would Mitsuka know, like, if she were, like, able to, send her message back, like, when Kinawan could send another message to her?
Communicating further past these now 24 words would require either you or him to cast the same spell again. So it's a third level spell. If you don't have it prepared, I believe it's available to clerics.
Yeah,
I don't have
it prepared.
Yeah, you can prepare it the following morning. If he has spell slots to spare, then you could keep the conversation going.
Seems like he's in a safe haven, so I feel like I can like ask questions and you can respond. Would be my guess.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
It's not like mind flayers do telepathy.
Why would you say that?
What?
Now oh man. Okay. I'm trying to because I'm thinking I have clairvoyance, and I'm wondering if I can send a message back and be like, hey, can you, like, because I can choose between hearing or seeing, I believe. So I feel like if I could be like, oh wait, never mind. It's only 1 mile. I take that back. My range is not. Yeah.
If only you had a spyglass that could let you use clairvoyance at a greater distance.
A very large spyglass. Okay. Mitsuka is going to ask, alright, shit, 24 words, Zachariah, and then she's going to say, sorry, Kinawan. Zachariah, sorry, Kinawan. Need our help on mission rescuing... I don't know what to say to him that's not like we're just rescuing some random guy who doesn't seem to be that important.
Companion.
That's 10. Found teleport totem, 1 word. Teleport totem, 2 words. Can return ASAP.
I'll let ASAP slide as 1 word.
Yeah. Thank you.
Got 9 left.
16, so I got another 9. What was the name of Jack's god again? Is it Tigal or is it the? No, it's not. It's
Jold.
Jold. Yeah. Sorry. Jold watches over Jack because he met all of everyone. Watches over Jack. Must protect him all costs. And it's close enough.
Yeah, that's 25. Nice. The jerk in me kept wanting to like keep tipping when you were like, because he's like, and doing your thinking and stuff, and I refrained from monkey pawing too hard.
Howdy horrid, you.
Alright, after you do that, you don't get an immediate response. He might communicate at a future point, though.
Okay, Mitsuka's definitely anxiously just chomping on nuts right now then. Phrasing. Yeah, Mitsuka's good, I think, just like stay in that exact spot with Zachariah, anxiously awaiting message back.
Do the rest of you do anything before trying to long rest?
Clacker's just kind of hanging out, not really doing anything specific, just milling about the rock.
I'm gonna start cleaning Vengeance, turning him into a skeleton. Staring at the totem the whole time, completely silent.
Well, with Zachariah silent, it's a really quiet night as you all bed down.
I think before I fall asleep, I'm going to, actually in my head say a silent prayer to Jold and be like, alright, Jold, you brought me all the way out of here, followed you, ripped my goddamn eye out, or Zachariah did for me, thank God. I didn't have to do that. Come on, give me one of those fucked up dreams. Give me some answers. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna be going to bed soon. I'll probably be doing some heavy dreaming.
Alright, so you can all go to sleep. Because there was combat earlier in this day, let's figure out charging up the totem pole. I know we discussed this off mic, off recording, off air. Normally, anytime there isn't combat, we'll just assume that the totem gets 5 charges back collectively.
Yep.
For now, how many hit dice do y'all have left to spare? Do you need... I guess you don't need to use them because you're going to regain them if the long rest is successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I can have 2 hit die from everyone, I can just add 5 here.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Honestly, I think I'll just ask in chat, I guess, when we rest. That I don't know if
Yeah,
people
that
want to listen to that or not.
We can do that and multitask in the future. I might just summarize it.
For the next day, or do we get them back if we...
You would get them back.
You charged it before.
At the end of each long rest, right now you're getting 2 hit dice back. It's half of your level rounded down.
Okay. So it's at the end of the long rest.
Yes. So you can donate before and then get them back.
Yep. I'll just do it at night, basically, like housekeeping. I cast Animate Dead, we charge up the totem.
Yeah.
Any other housekeeping stuff we need to do.
Right.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, you guys can go ahead and do the totem bookkeeping in the chat while Jack has a dream. He's in the open ocean and a ship comes up and there's mermaids in the ship and they say, Jack, come on, get in.
All right.
There's mermaids in the ship?
Right, that was one of his confusing dreams, and they explain like, oh, well, yeah, we're in the ship because there's a whole bunch of ale in the ship that we all swim in.
Right.
But then, you eventually wake up from that dream, much to your disappointment, and when you wake up, you feel the cold, fossilized coral under your skin, and you can hear Clacker doing his typical soft snoring through his blowhole. If you open your eyes and glance around, you see the huddled forms of the rest of the party, just straight as a pole where Zachariah is pretending to sleep.
Okay. That's not what I thought you meant. Okay.
Yeah, phrasing.
Oh my god.
Dead as a log where Zachariah is sleeping.
That doesn't make any sense. I thought you blessed me, Old. Why'd you bless him?
Oh, God. Well, I mean, it is a dream after all. When in Rome. No, I guess I would stand up.
Mm-hmm. And as you've, I assume, come to expect at this point, you can see this massive tidal wave slowly making its way toward you.
Oh, here it comes.
There are not thunderclouds this time, though. It's just a dark, starry sky overhead. The moon is waning. Again, the whole werewolf incident was a few days ago, so it's still probably a 3/4 moon waning. The moonlight filters through the tidal wave, illuminating some places more than others to create kind of the textured face of Jold.
Hello there, Jold. Thank you for granting me this audience.
You asked for a dream, and a dream you were granted. Now, before you get ahead of yourself, don't expect this every single time you ask for a dream. You're in one of my holy...
Oh, I wouldn't think of such a thing. I wouldn't bother you.
The whole tidal wave kind of nods, and he says, You are in one of my holy sites. My power here is greater than my power spread across the cosmos.
Right. Well, I was hoping maybe you could give us some guidance. We seem to be rather out in the middle of nowhere, and while we greatly appreciate the totem, I think we can put it to great use, and we'll help people with it, I mean, for sure.
I can give you guidance. You can get 1d4 on your next d20 roll in the next 1 minute.
I appreciate that is not what I meant.
Sorry, couldn't resist. Back in character, Wave God, Jold. I led you here because you had already swam out of the current, as it were. You had already pursued a secondary goal. And I intuited that the best use of your detour was for me to take you here. This is one of 10 sites of power throughout this planet.
Okay. Are there more artifacts like the one we found?
One per location of power.
Wow.
Rather, the locations are powerful because they house artifacts. And as they have for eons, the terrain around them has been suffused with latent magic, as you see in this location.
Before you left us, you gave us an ominous sign leading back towards the mainland continent. Is that towards one of these sites of power?
It is. Ominous was simply a moose made of lightning in the sky.
Well, I think my friends were pretty horrified. They looked scared.
Indeed. Yes, that is the direction of a second site. Another piece of the puzzle.
I suppose the guidance that I seek is... And I would give a heavy sigh and say, my goal of saving Hudson is still paramount. I can't explain it. Is this the kind of thing, Jold, that I should pursue later? Or is this next piece of the puzzle, so to speak, the next piece I need to hurry this along to save Cliff's Bay?
The bonds of friendship should never be diminished. My guidance is to my site of power, but you are the captain of the vessel. You are the one that I wish to helm the world eventually. I hope that you will be up for the task, and if you feel better equipped with trustworthy friends at your side, there are bonds that are spiritual that supersede logic, and I leave room for forces outside my own reckoning.
All right. Well, I won't question your methods. I know being a god is very mysterious. It's partially why I've always avoided the subject. But it is going to probably be a hard sell to tell my friends that we should do this based on my dream. But we've come this far. I'll see what I can do.
I have yet to be completely let down by you, Jack. I believe that I have still picked well. And for what it is worth, you say that we were speaking in a dream. I should clarify. Quite often, I have visited you in a dream. This conversation I deemed important enough to be here myself. Farewell. And the tidal wave crashes down, spraying all 5 of you in mist. And those of you that were asleep can wake up now.
And we still got a long rest, right?
Yeah.
That was really awkward to pretend I was asleep during. I didn't know if I should say something. I actually was completely conscious for all of that.
I would just turn around and be like, well, looks like we're headed into the mountains.
No.
It's probably an hour before dawn, so you all have completed a long rest at this point. You can see the sky in the east, like back toward the mainland, deeper into the mountains and the woods, is beginning to lighten a little bit. The mountains are still blocking out most of the ambient light, but the sun will rise, in about an hour. There's still some stars in the sky, especially toward like the west.
I'm going to use some rations to also get rid of this exhaustion level that I have.
Long rest cures 1 level of exhaustion.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I love the idea that like rations do, though. That's actually kind of fun to think about, but that's not how.
On here it says requires food and drink, so I just figured like...
Oh, interesting. That makes sense. Yeah, you've got to sustain yourself.
You had to eat an extra help, and
I always do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a long rest always cures 1 level of exhaustion, but if you're starved or you're not getting enough hydration, then that will exacerbate further levels of exhaustion.
Perfect.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, the sun is rising. You're stuck on a little coral outcropping.
I sit up pretty good. Dreamt of me wife.
You have a wife?
Well, not that I actually... It's a weird thing. I remember being married to a mermaid.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I think I'm married.
So, planning time. How the fuck do we get to Hudson?
Well, I mean, you heard the man. You said you weren't sleeping.
I did hear it, and he said quite clearly that he will not punish you for handling the Hudson situation first, is what I heard. He literally said, I'll allow it, in so many words.
Right, but he said his guidance was to get that next piece of the puzzle.
And I have utmost respect for you, but he gave you permission to get Hudson, and I feel very strongly that that's what we should do.
God, I wish he was still here. I feel like that's what he was saying would help us get Hudson.
You and I have very different interpretations of everything Jold has ever said. I literally feel like I'm in a different reality. I listened to the conversation, and that's not what I got.
Well, I've always been under the assumption that everybody gets something a little different from the god, That's what religion is.
I'm totally open to it, Jack. Like, you're his fucking kid. Man, you're his person.
Wait, what?
I mean, that's what prophets do, right? Like, that's what you're doing. You're translating his will. I have spent all night thinking about it. I have looked at it every way that I can. I've tried to be logical. I have pro-conned this. I'm getting to Hudson. And if I can't get to Hudson, I'm going back to Cliffs Bay. And I really hope that you'll all come with me. I really, truly do. But if you don't, then we will meet again. I will find you. I'll go get Hudson myself.
I was kind of under the impression the moose was taking us to Hudson. I don't know why.
That's a third translation.
Also, just for context, imagine a hooded skull saying, I will always find you. In, like, the pre-sunrise gloom.
I will. Mitsuka and I have ways to communicate magically across great distances. This isn't goodbye, but I have to be clear. This is at least see you later if you're going into the mountains. And I will roll a new goddamn character. And I'm not mad. Grant, just to be clear, Grant does not. I want you to play. I'm making this decision for Zachariah. Like, I understand if it's not. I'm not trying to be difficult. If you guys want to go in the mountains.
Yeah, I mean, if we have an actual long-term party split, then we'll figure out how we do that.
Yeah, I don't want you to. I want you to do what Jack would do, and I just don't. I think Zachariah is worried about trying to. Not worried. He truly believes that if we try to do 3 things, we will do 0 things. And right now we're picking between 2 things. And it's just, he's not a wise person. I'm trying to play him. He's not wise. He's not charismatic. He's smart. And the math of this is what makes sense to him.
Well, we got this far, I suppose, on a vote, so I'll leave it up to the crew. I think you know what I want to do. I think that Jold is trying to help us as fast as he can. It's hard for me to... I was just telling him it's going to be hard for me to convince you guys based off a conversation you weren't a part of. But, man, Zachariah was there and he disagrees with it, so it actually feels like it's
It's really hard for me to make this case, and I don't know how he would do it. But I feel like Jold was trying to help us get to Hudson. But I would hate to split the crew over this, especially when our previous plan seemed to make perfectly logical sense, so I leave it to you.
I think you're the one who's talking to this extremely powerful god, and I trust you, Jack, and I trust you all to lead us in the right direction. So I will go with you and do what I can to keep you safe and protect the plans of the gods.
Right, so, if you're not, say we do go into the mountains after the moose, like the moose's wish to go to the mountains, the god, are you just gonna walk back to the pirates that we enlisted and have them turn around, or go for Hudson that way then, there, Zachariah? Or what's your plan?
I'll find a way. But yes, my next destination would be Reniena, and my final destination is West Danica, I think, if I'm saying that correctly. Zachariah would know.
Yes.
All I will say is if Jold wanted us to help Hudson, he already showed us he can help us travel extremely quickly. So why not just whisk us to fucking West Danica? He is making you choose. He's seeing what you choose, Jack. And he even said he will respect your choice. But you are making a choice.
See, I feel like whatever he's leading us to is going to help us get whisked away to Hudson.
I thought that coming here, and I didn't like it then, and I can't betray myself. Hudson believes that I'm a bad person, and I might be a bad person. And if I can only do one little good thing with this speck of time I have on this stupid plane of existence, this is gonna be the one good thing that I do. And it's not gonna be up to anyone's gods, it's not gonna be up to anyone's plans, it's not gonna be up to whatever fucking puzzle he just brought up randomly that's gonna haunt me for the next few weeks. If I only get to do one thing, I pick helping Hudson. I have a bad feeling. I don't think it's going well. But follow your gut. If anything, I have friends.
And I, in earnest, I know you guys are gonna laugh, but in earnest, I would point to like Harris and Vengeance and Raven and be like,
I'm not alone. I have traveled. I know I get lost sometimes, but Raven can help me. Maybe if it's okay with you, Gailey can even come with me. She can, I can find my way. I'll be fine. Look.
I'm just trying to think.
Listen, I can tell that this is a difficult decision for you. I understand. But I know what you want to do, Jack. It's okay. I do what I need to do. You do what you need to do. We'll find each other. We'll meet each other. We'll meet again. We'll go back to Cliffs Bay. We'll do what we can. It's okay.
And I think at that, like, Zachariah would kind of start packing up. Not like angry. He's not mad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just, he would pack up the bones he collected for his third. Actually, he'd go ahead and raise his third skeleton. So I have 3 skeletons now. Cast that spell.
Vengeance is a full skeleton now, right? You cleaned him off?
Vengeance is also a full skeleton. So I recontrolled him yesterday, and I've raised my third one, which I'm naming Sultan. And I have 3 skeletons now.
I think Meatska like closes her eyes and thinks to herself like, "Come on, master!" Like, send me a response.
I will remind you all there is a silt monster in the tunnel between here and the shore.
Meatska remembers very well.
Still.
I'm just still trying to think of how to think about the situation, and now you have to remind me there's a monster in the water between us and shore.
I'll get us to shore. If you guys want to go talk about this at shore.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, I would like to get through that silt monster in one piece this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I fog cloud sneak around it again?
I'll hand wave it if you expend a first level spell slot.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's worked so far. So,
yeah.
I cast fog cloud.
Technically, it would get a disadvantaged opportunity attack, but I'm letting it go. That's 1 attack against 5 people. It's insignificant.
So yeah, back on shore. Are you gonna give us, Nathan, any kind of head nod to either what Jack is saying versus what I am saying, like our interpretation of what Jold said? Or can we like religion check it or anything? Or I'm just curious. If not, it's fine. I'm just
yeah,
curious.
I think I'm gonna leave that legitimately up for interpretation. I mean, that's what a lot of religion actually is. Both of you raised points that could easily be valid. That is what I will say.
Yeah, that's why I'm having a very tough time with this decision.
I put this in the chat, but like for listener posterity, I guess, like I'm absolutely happy with however this plays out. If it ends up being a 4-1 split or a 3-2 split, or if it ends up being like all 5 going one way or the other, like any combination of that, I'm thrilled to see what kind of potential comes from whatever happens here.
I think Mitsuka's logic is pretty much that Jold spoke directly to Jack and Zachariah was just like kind of eavesdropping, for lack of a better word, so that she would trust Jack's interpretation more, since he like was the one who's like, he's the chosen one, you know, and being spoken to. So she's gonna go with Jack on everything.
Alright, well, it seems like there's 2 options here in front of us. One, we go Jack to the mountains and find a way, hopefully, to get Hudson faster. Or if we don't, we go back to the city with this new totem, and we'll meet up with the other party if some people do wish to split. Or we find a way to get there faster and we meet up with you guys there. Think I might just go with Jack then. I love Hudson to death, but I think I'm gonna go with Jack on this one. Because either way, we're gonna get back and try to save what's left of the island. Now don't be twisting my words, magic DM god things. Quoting in chat. Love Hudson to death. It's rude.
Honestly, I'm not trying to be rude. And maybe this is just me trying to clear your consciences a little bit. Again, I'm not used to having friends, but I could travel much faster by myself anyways. I don't have to eat. I don't have to sleep that much. I don't have to drink. I could pretty much hoof it indefinitely.
One death does do that to a person.
You know, I think I gotta go with Jack too. It just seems like Jold is taking him in the best direction for what he wants to do, but it's also beneficial to Jold at the same time, so I gotta go with him. But you know, you gotta remember the social skills I taught you though. Those will really help you if you need to make small talk with people along the way.
Zachariah is just like nodding. You can tell he doesn't like really know how to process this. He's like,
Yeah, no, how's the weather? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I hope we meet again. I really do.
Oh, we will.
Well, this doesn't feel right. You're a part of the crew, Zachariah, but I guess if we do split ways, there's 2 times the chance that we can save Hudson.
That's not how math works, Jack, but okay. Yeah.
and I walk over to Mitsuka and
Just prep that sending spell for me, okay? Do you know how to prepare your spells?
Well, are you sure about this?
No, of course I'm not. Are you?
I'm actually pretty sure. You know, when there's somebody claiming a god and a tidal wave came and spoke to them, you know, I feel like pretty trusting of that, actually.
Where normally I'm the complete opposite.
I will tell you, I've studied a lot of history, and listening to the gods is not always a good thing. I don't actually know all of the world's history. I'm hoping there's an instance where that's true.
Absolutely. Okay, especially from mainstream and Kosan. That's apocalypse after apocalypse at the behest of gods.
Yeah, but stay in touch. I don't mean this to be rude, but it makes sense the totem stays with me, but I understand if you want to take it.
I think it kind of makes more sense that the totem stays with the majority of the party, does it not?
I just can make so much more use of it without making more friends, is all.
I see what you're saying, but if we use the totem and find a way to get to Hudson first, and we get him, then the 5 of us can get back to the Cliffs Bay. That was the name of the town. We could get back there right away, but if not, then, you know, it's just with you.
I feel like Jold needs us to have this piece of the puzzle to complete the next piece of the puzzle.
Oh, I didn't even think of that one.
Oh yeah, the puzzle.
Wait, there's a puzzle now?
There's a puzzle. Have fun. Have fun with that. Well, I won't make a stink about it. I could literally run an entire ship and pick you guys up, and it'd be really cool. It'd be really, really cool. But I understand. Well, I hope this isn't goodbye.
And yeah, I think Zachariah would head probably the wrong direction for a few seconds and then head the right direction. I think traveling back is going to be easier for Zachariah since he's seen it and he's so intelligent, more so than like navigating per se. I don't know how you want to. Zachariah is yours though. Please don't kill him, Nathan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Werewolves. Ah.
Please be good to my boy. I want him back. I'm not giving him up all the way.
Yeah.
Please.
I hear you.
Clacker, stuff him in a sack.
Shake him by the ankles.
Right.
I really honestly thought you guys would come with me. Fuck.
That was a very hard decision.
I have no idea what to do. You guys play D&D for a while. I'm gonna think.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I make a new character, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll.
Sorry, existential screaming. Go ahead.
I think, yeah, as Zachariah heads off back to the southeast, leaving the rest of the party to continue following Yold's sign to proceed northward to the mountains. The sun is beginning to rise on a new opportunity even as the party has split apart. It's possible I should have done this last episode. I think Grant made some pretty compelling cases last time we recorded, but you can all level up.
God damn it.
Yeah. That's great, Zachariah. You can level.
God damn it.
That
Cool.
changes literally everything.
We're all
No, I'm
level
just joking,
7.
it doesn't.
Whoa.
You're all level 6. You're all level 6.
Sorry, you cut out. I think he said 7,
16.
everybody.
I said I'm gonna put it in every chat that we share.
Editing powers away! Damn, it's weird. It's
Now I'm gonna
like,
cut out every time you say
Roll20
6
is
and replace it
weird.
with that 7.
You are level 6. You all get 1 magic item point, as you always do when you level up. Zachariah is still going to be level 5 because we're just going to fade to black with him for a little while. But Grant's new character can start at level 6.
You know, something I was gonna do was give him my horn until we met again, but I chose not to. I really like the horn.
damn.
I love how
Jesus
sweet that
Christ.
almost was.
That was some great RP that episode.
It
right?
was. Yeah.
Am I crazy?
We all get inspiration.
Zachariah gets inspiration. This has been the Kaleidosphere, to whom the sea belongs. Thank you for joining us on this epic voyage. Let us know what you would have done in this situation. Where would you, as a character, have gone? Contact us. You can go to linktree/thekaleidosphere to find links to our Discord, to our Twitter, to our email. Leave a like, spread the love, and we really appreciate you. This campaign is dedicated to Brandon, who we hold in loving memory. To Whom the Sea Belongs is a campaign set in the Kaleidosphere. That's kale, like the vegetable, Ido, I-D-O, sphere. Join us next week as we follow the party northward.